logic here. If my input is X, all these outputs will automatically connect. If I give my input is Y, I will do different connections. We will discuss this in depth. Yes, I'm very, what do you call it? I work very well on this area. How exactly inside the microprocessor. I think one session we have dedicated for that. That will give you a lot more leverage. That today you are working that microprocessor is something. On that only you are working. If you understand what inside microprocessor is nothing, then your understanding of whole electronics will change. We normally think that microprocessor is something else. No, microprocessor is simply a replacement of a soldering technician. I can say microprocessor equal to soldering technician. I am giving you the codes. I discuss with you 10, 20, everything. I am giving you a code. If you give a 10, that guy will do these connections. If you give you a 20, he will do the connections. Same thing what I did. But I did everything in automatic. How I did here, we will discuss in depth. If otherwise, I will do one thing, I will put everything on a projector and project it. That will be much easier than draw it. I will make this a nice presentation and doing it. I will make a sequence of presentation and do it. That will save a lot of time and do things. But sometimes the concepts I cannot put it on projector. That's why I opted for both. Concept cannot be in a projector. This is called, we call as a, these codes are doing what? Some operations. We call them as a, this is what we call output. These numbers, what you gave to soldering person, now I am giving to this guy is called control logic. These are called ALE. This is called latches, or we call this. This is what exactly your microprocessor. But microprocessor is this. So I told you already that we put everything in sequential operation and give it to him one by one. Where do I put it? I put inside the memory. 20, 30, 40, 55, 65 and that. This guy takes by one, giving an address and take one by one. This is called your memory. And this is called your program. And this is what we call a machine code. Or all over language, whatever it is. This is what a machine code. So you see, what I give is I take 30, I do the operation of this data. Then I do the other operation. I do one by one all the operations. I ultimately get this result A or B plus B or A. Same thing what is achieved through the transistor discrete or AC or PLD or FPGA. So all the three are same. All the three are implementation. We have only, if you do the top level, we have two types of implementation. One is called discrete, another one is called IC. In IC there are two ones. One is called AC, fixed IC, other one is called flexible IC. In flexible there are two branches. One is called PLD, one is called microprocessor. In the PLD the drawback is you have to make all the circuit at once. Before I start using it, I have to configure the entire circuit. But the advantage is fast. Things will go in parallel. The problem with microprocessor is you do one by one. But the drawback is it is slow. Okay, that was good. So then people thought, hey, this is boring. This is boring. How do I remember 20, 30, 40? It's useless. They say that, hey, give this latch called A, give this latch called B, give this latch called C. Then you create me a table like a dictionary. You say that move A, B is 10. Add A, B, give a result 20. Every English and give a number. And they call those days, you have you seen the car manufacturing factory? One guy will fix the tire, other guy will fix the thing. So that line is called, generally they call it as an assembly line. They have all the things readily available, and they will not manufacture. They manufacture only the car, end product. But all the parts will be readily available with me. I know that I have been given an instruction to what? To fix a tire. I have been given an instruction to fix the horn. I have to fix the steering. One by one we will do that. The whole thing is called assembly line. They will do sequentially. To do a car, you cannot fix one ahead of that. You will do only. That's why they call this one as a assembly language. Because they thought that you are going to use sequential. See, this is what did about 40 years back. That's why they call the same names. That's the reason you know that in the call as a watt, the electrical power. Because that time they use only watt in the mechanical power. Same name they given to us, watts. And all the voltage is nothing but the joules. Everything is related indirectly. We'll discuss those things when the time comes. Today I have another 15 minutes to complete it. I'm coming much closer to the thing. So, go one thing. Go one thing. I have a soldering technician. If I give any number, he will do the connection. So, how he makes connection? He will remove the wires and do soldering. That is called hardware. What I am doing is, what the soldering person is changing, he is changing the circuit. I am not a person. See, understand one thing. As long as I am not doing anything, things are very easy. If you drive a car, I will be happy. If you cook, I will be. For you, it is difficult. For me, it is easy. Because I am only eating. The same way here, the soldering person is changing the circuit. I am the one who knows that what to be changed. Then I thought that, why not I automate the things? Because every time the boardman, that he will not today put on leave, he may not come. Then I thought I will change the methodology. What they have done, they automated the whole connection, what the soldering person did through this tri-state switches. This we will discuss in depth. Now it may be vague, but if I tell you that exactly, I take some few of code, how things are happening, then you will thoroughly understand what is exactly happening inside the thing. Then, because this knowledge is very important for tomorrow, see there were three basic key points are important to understand about they are nothing, Arduino or microcontroller or embedded or Raspberry Pi, they are all nothing. To understand, you need to know some basics. Otherwise, if you don't know the basics, you think you give a lot of value for unnecessary things. They are all literally, to be frank, in my case, I may be hunting you some of you, but I found out very clearly, these things are all, you can use anything. I can use today the worst microprocessor you give me, maybe 100 rupees, 8051. I can do 1000 times better operation than the person who does not know anything about Arduino. When he is doing Arduino operation, I can do the same operation using 80, 51. Tamil சொல்லுவாங்க பல்லவனுக்கு நம்ம வந்து பல்லவனாவே இருக்கணும். நம்ம வந்து the problem is if you have a more resource, then what will happen? What do you lose actually? If you have a more resource, what do you lose? You lose your creativity. You lose your creativity. If your resources are less, you know how to create. If you have a more resource, that is the reason why Indians are wanted in all the countries as a programmer, because we knew that how to drive the roads when it is crowded. We know which streets we go and get the thing. But US, you don't have anything at all. Everything is well defined. You are not supposed to think in the US roads. You think what will happen. On the roads, you think what will happen. You will be fine. Here, no problem. I can go on. If you want to take a right turn here, where you will go? You will go only on the leftmost. I'll go leftmost to take a right turn. This is the against concept of whole world. But India will do anything. You have to be, see, we may call it chadu or whatever it is. So you have to be weak. I call it as a creative. Okay, now, they thought that, see here, understand, come back, we go back one by one. The technician, I change it to code. Then I change it to assembly. Then people thought, hey, this is boring, man. Every microprocessor manufacturer giving you assembly code. Somebody say move A, B, somebody can move R0 to R1, somebody does not have multiplication, somebody have multiplication, so many things. Then I thought that, hey, let's do one thing. Don't confuse me all these things. Let me say C is equal to A plus B. Let me say C is equal to, I say A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus B. What the other guy did was, hey, A is equal to 10, I say move A comma 10, store A comma 1000. Then boot cover, move B comma 20, sorry, A comma 20, store A comma 1001. Then what I am doing? I am doing reading. I say load A comma 1000, load B comma 1001, add A comma B comma C, store C comma So this 1000, 1001, 1002 are nothing but int A, B. This is called allocation. I allocate 3 memories. So I create a table for A, B, C. A 1000, B 1001, C 1002. This table is called symbol table. This table is called symbol table. I create a table for this allocation. After the allocation, I am doing the operation. When doing the operation, I first move in A10. That time I am doing some connection inside. For next time I am doing stay A, 10, I am doing some connection inside. Actually, we see that every line of code, what are you doing actually? Connections. You are on and offing the tri-state switches. You are actually hardware. Every line is nothing but you are making a technician job. Only thing is automated technician. That is what your control logic. Nothing more than that. That is what exactly happening. So it is so. A microprocessor is nothing but a purely a soldering technician job. Do not give you much more value than a technician respect to the microprocessor. All these things lies only here. How do you split the task and give the work? Since here is a trick. I make a circuit. I cannot change it. The circuit is fixed, and I call fixed circuit. I don't change my concept. You tell me God is there. I believe God is there. You do anything argue with me, I will not change. You will say I am a hard person. I cannot change. I cannot change. If I have an opinion and fix, you are useless. I create the opinion. I am so hard person. Somebody you discuss and change the, then you call soft person. Same way here. I have a circuit. I have a circuit. Which I cannot change it. Then it's called hardware. A circuit which can be is called hardware. Software is nothing but hardware is called fixed circuit. Software is called flexible. In both the cases, you are actually only connecting the circuit. Nothing. Hardware is not doing anything great. Software is not. Software is also doing connections. Software is also exactly. That's the reason I'm telling you that ECE people are the best people to understand software, because you know what is happening in the bottom layer. You know exactly what is each instructions are doing. I can explain later in class about more closer about C. Then we know the C and this hardware. Then we will know exactly. See, the early stage of life. The early stage of life. If you understand what is happening at the bottom level, then you will grow faster. If you think as a black box, you can grow faster. But sometimes, see, that is called actually abstraction. See, sannyasi சொல்லுவாங்க எல்லாரும் வாழணும் எல்லாரும் சாவணும் நான் எதுக்கு இந்த லைஃப் வாழணும் நிம்மதியா மரத்தில் உட்காந்து பணத்தை சாப்பிட்டுக்கலாம் நான் யாரும் ஏன் பண்றது இல்லை பண்ண முடியாது. We cannot do that. The reason was we are all after all human beings, and apart from that we easy not too technical people. So we are not abstraction people. We want to know that how the electrons goes. We want to know how the current is going. If we say that this is what the AND gate, you want to know that how the AND gate is working. So that's a people. No, nothing wrong. We understand there's nothing wrong to be too technical, too detailed. But that should not pull your leg. That is what I told you in the first session. If you going by too detailing, it is for satisfying yourself. That should not hinder to your profession. That should not hinder to your prosperity. So you should be living on the current today. Think about yesterday also. No, I don't mind. You should not take history as for today. All these things are fine. But I can do one thing. Without knowing all these things, I can be a wonderful electronic engineer. That we will discuss later, how it is. Though. Maybe in another session, I'll give you much more clarity about what is inside the microcontroller, how they are operating and everything. That's it. So then, see, once you understand the basic concept, it's you say that they put if you know that with the carrot for you, I can make anything else. I know that there are 10 ingredients. Put any ingredients, any vegetable, I get it. Same thing here. For me, at this stage, I do not find difference between pig microcontroller or ARM microcontroller, everything. For me, everything is same. Same way, I do not differentiate the difference between a C language and Java language and JavaScript and Python. If you give me anything today, Balajee, if somebody calls you Balajee, it's a new language that's called ABC. You have to master it. I know that there is nothing, there are only 4. Every car is coming today, in the market. A car, have you ever seen a driver tells you that, sir, I have driven only Alto, I cannot drive the BMW. Have you ever seen a driver? You know what the driver says, sir, give me the car, sir, 2 minutes I'll drive. I never seen a driver telling me that, sir, I learned only Alto, I cannot drive any car. He knows that. Every car is having only a steering, a gear, a clutch, a brake, and the accelerator. Only the 5 basics. Same way, all this programming having only 4 concepts. Allocation, storage, operation, decision making. But all the other things are luxury. Whether you have AC or non-AC, I don't mind. Whether you have a stereo or MP3 player, I don't bother. Whether you have a battery charger, I don't mind. Whether you have a automatic window or closed window, I don't bother. These are all luxury. We have to be very, very clear understanding the basic component. That is why all the companies test you. Whether you take Google or Microsoft, all the companies are testing the people. Are you good at the basics? You may be working in a different software platform. They will test you basic data structures and see how good you are to put the concept into the paper. That's not very tough. That requires a different thinking, that's all. See, as electronics people, we have not been told how to think on the latest technology. That we will. Now, what I discussed was exactly what we studied in the college. I am discussing with you only what I learned in 1983. I have never shared with any of my 30 years of experience at all. These are all what exactly I learned in like you. But only thing is, I told you, we have lot of time. And we have been not told that, hey, if you don't study, you will not get a job. We never had we have no paper, no news, nothing, and we never had to compare with anybody. I don't know about myself with REC students. I never worried about myself with Hindi students. Today you have a comparison. That day got 1 crore January, and it is we very surprised. We go to during this rainy season, we go for swimming around the village on the river. We go at morning 8 o'clock, till 10, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, we come back. Nobody bothers. When I start from I stay at the IIT Kharagpur, I go from my graduate. Then I go to Chennai. From there we take a train to Coimbatore and go back. And we go reach on Monday morning, and then immediately we don't reply. After about 3-4 days, I send a letter to my mom. I safely reach a postcard. That card will reach my mom after about a week. So 15 days, nobody knows whether I am dead or alive. That is, so the problem is, we have not been exercised any pressure on us. Nobody has said I have to excel. Nobody told me I have to be intelligent. Nobody told me I have to be much better than others. No comparison. Nothing has happened. So when there was no pressure on us, we could enjoy everything. I could see that I enjoyed it. I enjoyed pitching when I was yesterday, last week was actually 555. I went back to 30 years back. I knew what exactly inside it and I was happy everything. See, that enjoyment was not there part of you people. You people are not studying electronics. What for? No, I don't know. What for we study everything? Why? What is electronics? Everything? No. Everywhere somebody told us, hey, you study this, I will put you in the IT department. What is it? I will get you a job. If somebody said, I will get you a job, I said, thanks. I will take care of myself. You tell me only what is this one. When do you want to give me a job? Your job is to teach me. You teach me only that enough. I will get you the job. That's the mechanism. So, ultimately, this is what the trick. The software is this. But that is only one trick, which another 5 minutes I'll explain to you. There's a difference between software and firmware. Problem is, when I say write a program here, int a comma b comma c, I said a is equal to 1000, b is equal to 1000, c is equal to 1002. These things are all given to you by whom? How do you know that a is become 1000, b is 1000, 1002? That's the trick. The trick is, I can directly access the memory. Okay, in that case of firmware. In the case of software, between me and the memory, we call memory as a resource. There is somebody sitting in between. That case called OS. That case called operating system. So the same code, if I write over the operating system, it is called software. The same code, if I write directly to microprocessor, then it is called firmware. So I write a software which directly onto the bare metal or microprocessor we call it as firmware. The same C code, if you write it over the operating system, we call it as a software. So there is no difference between software and firmware. If you are a software engineer, You can become a firmware engineer. If you are a firmware engineer, you can become a software engineer. So it's nothing. Then next class, we will discuss about very critical portion. The difference is between C writing on the processor and C writing on the microcontroller is you should know the difference between function and controller. That is the only one thing you have to understand. What is function? What is controller? Here are a few small features. Then you can start doing any project. And we will discuss about any project. The only thing is you should be thoroughly able to divide the project into small projects and able to do it. Otherwise, I don't find any project. It's only time, money, and resource. How much resource I have it? I'm going to do it, or 10 people are going to do it. I'm not finding any electronic project is very tough. You will be able to do it. Then, see, the problem is if you do the project by yourself, you will be confident. I mean, so many companies interview management. When you come and sit, you will judge you immediately. It is only hardly about few seconds for me to judge this guy will get in or not. That's all. That's all. Few seconds. You may not be even talk even a single word of English. You may not have so shy everything. We know that. We know how to judge the guy whether he will be able to. The thing is that how confident you sit. We try in small circuit how you do it. We will discuss about that later. So those things will come automatically if you know the commerce problem. Problem is we all have a problem in communication because everybody is attacking the thing. We are teaching communication. Everybody is in our generation. When I get to MTech, I cannot talk English because we are all so shy. Even when I went the first time to US in '89, I cannot speak to anybody. It was so shy. But today, no, I am not finding anybody. All these students, everybody is well above them in communication. Even I cannot talk to any college students now. The only problem is you do not know what to talk. If you ask you to talk about Bahubali, you will be talking about Bahubali. But the only problem is when you talk about electronics, the problem is your stuff is you yourself is not confident about your technical. Once you understand this, you will be able to easily talk. Once you easily talk, you win the war. In any communication, anywhere you win the war one-on-one, you will be able to convey what exactly you know it. So with that, we will close and we will have it on. I close exactly.
Sir, why you call that 808 as?
Yeah, 80?
8. You said the number 8.
That's what I told you. The first processor which is famous all over the world was 8-bit processor. So everything is built on that.
It started on 404.
Yeah,
404.
yeah, that is what I told you. When these people are bought that is the only the other man has did a trick. Who? The Andy group. He said that everybody is doing only 4. By doing 8, it can become popular. I can be twice faster. By having 4 means only I will do twice the thing. By making 8, I get twice the performance.
From there you started.
Because that was the thing was they were not able to put so many transistors inside the chip. That time it was a problem. So that processor lived for so many years. That 8085. So 8-bit was the market leader for all over the world. Even the first IBM computer, IBM PC, was 8088. It is an 8-bit bus. Even though internally 16-bit, outside is having only, it is not 8086. The first IBM PC released in 1980 is not 8086 based. It's 8088. The outside bus is only 8-bit, D0 to D7, not D0 to D15.
What is the difference between VLSI and FPGA? VLSI is
No. VLSI is VLSI and FPGA are same.